It's 1 minute to the top of the hour. Welcome back to Breakfast Time with Tom, Lloyd, Bob, the Puppet, and me, Jim. I'm the announcer, and here's Tom.
Interesting thing, in most cases,
Laurie.
In most cases, you offer a guest a parting gift when they're leaving. In Carrot Top's case, he's taken stuff.
He's just taken.
Okay, I'll take that. Sorry. I need some more stuff for my show.
Mayhem is his new morning show on the Cartoon Network. It debuted
I think I lost some change in here.
Goodbye, Carrot Cake.
Yeah, goodbye.
Thank you so much for coming.
He just got here.
I'm gonna go on the road with Little Feet and Carrot Top and tour. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
And look at they're responding so warmly to that thought.
Yeah. They went, huh? Hey, get our agent on the phone now.
Too late. I spoke to them first.
Yeah, thanks so much for coming.
Sure. It's like leaving a party. Thanks for having me.
Bye, Carrot Top.
You want to go?
Carrot Top.
I got my gift and stuff. They're taking me.
And as we say goodbye to Carrot Top, we say hello to Bill
legume.
Payne, Sean Murphy, Paul Barrera, and Fred Tackett, otherwise known as Little Feet. So great to have you guys here. Thank you for coming in. Latest album, 13th, am I right?
Yes.
Ain't had enough fun yet. After 25 years you guys been together, most of you, right? But you have a new addition to your band.
Sean Murphy over here.
Sean Murphy.
Hey,
Now,
Sean.
Is this the first woman you've ever had in your band?
Hubba, hubba.
That actually joined, yes.
That's actually true. So how does that change the dynamics of the tour bus? Do you guys have to clean up your language a little bit, or?
Not too much.
You try. Yeah.
She's a good sport.
Is she? How's it been?
Oh, it's been great.
Yeah. It's tough going on the road with a bunch of guys. Believe me, I work with a bunch of guys. I know what it is.
I love it,
Yeah.
frankly.
Yeah, and that's really added a lot to the sound of this new album.
Sure has.
Yeah. We're really glad that you guys came this morning, and
Yay.
we'd love for you to play something for us.
All righty, we're going to try a little romance without finance.
Sounds good. Little Feet.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
With
Breakfast Time with another hour yet to come. Hit it.
Woo.
Is today a holiday for you? Holidays are great, especially now that almost all of them have been moved to Mondays to create three-day weekends. But one of the weird things is that most of these holidays celebrate someone who did something good by not taking holidays. Unless we count Mr. Arbor. Welcome back to Breakfast Time with Laurie Hibbert, Tom Bergeron, and Bob the Puppet. My name's Jim, and I'm the announcer. To say good morning, here's Laurie and Tom.
Yay!
How about another half for little Steve?
Yeah! Yay!
Who are those two women who just snuck up next to Bob?
Yeah, what's the deal here?
Anybody know?
Go over there, Craig. No, I can't get up. I'm medicated. No, I'll go over.
Over here,
Hey,
man.
what's your name, man?
My name's Pat.
Pat Bates and Melanie Schwartz. And what brings you here?
Visiting.
You're visiting?
Visiting the city.
Oh, is that
Visiting
right?
your show.
Is that has security and are you here a guest with anybody or?
We're a guest of
Yeah.
Steve.
Hi, we're here to kill the puppet.
This is Steve Schwartz, significant other. Our
where?
Coordinating producer over there.
Good to see you. And you hang out with the Schwartzes?
No, I came from Kansas.
Oh, okay. Well, guess what?
Guess
this
what?
isn't Kansas anymore.
And it's not so easy to get home either.
That's right. Good to have you here.
Yeah.
We've got an action-packed second hour on this
Yep.
Columbus Day.
We're going to be mad about Plaid coming up. Gwen McGee's going to tell us all about how Plaid is back in fashion and you should be wearing it this fall. Also, Susan Day joins us
Whoa.
to talk
That's
about
right.
her movie Deadly Love.
She's a vampire in this.
She is,
Yeah.
yeah. I watched it over the weekend with my mom, and it was pretty cool.
And Mom liked it, right? Right, Mom Hibbard liked Susan Day's good. All right. Good.
And she
all
loves
right.
being called Mom Hibbard.
Mom Hibbard.
Oh, Mom Hibbard's here.
It's Granny Hibbard's here.
We have got the people all over the country, and Phil Keoghan's in Roswell, New Mexico at the Nova Bus Company. It's a lovely shot, Phil, and we're certainly glad we spent the money for the satellite. What's coming up there, Phil?
Rust.
Okay, thanks, Phil.
Phil's in Roswell, New Mexico,
Yeah.
enjoying his three-day weekend, clearly.
Do we know what happened? Jim? Chuck? Do we know what happened there?
No.
The phone lines are dead.
You know, that's true. That's why Carrot Top had to leave. He had a phone interview to do, and all our phones are dead.
Oh, is that right?
So does that mean the satellite can't get in?
So, wait a minute. We make fun of the Pope, and the phone lines go down.
Whose
Did
phone
you
is that?
notice when that group of nuns walked by our studios, one of them had a big hedge clipper?
And the wire cutters, yeah.
Cassandra Danz is in Madison Square Park. Lori will join her to take a look at favorite fall flowers a little later on. And we're going to do, that's right, dress yourself up.
Careful.
You know, I took 2 Sudafeds, and I feel wacky. This woman must inhale boxes of this stuff.
Intravenous. Yeah.
Oh, gosh. And we're going to do our breakfast time town meeting. Let's hear it.
Yay!
All right. We're out there. We certainly are.
These production values brought to you by the show that can't get a phone line. We're going to have Phil Keoghan eventually in Roswell, New Mexico, giving us an overview of that community and a preview of his week in New Mexico, and also Jillian Hamilton, who's in the La Crosse area in Wisconsin, will give us a preview of
Taking
what's
the long
going
way.
on there and an overview of Onalaska, Wisconsin.
Can't
We'll
wait.
have more of that snappy theme music.
Yeah, and maybe those shifty graphics again if we're lucky. Only if you fax and ask for them. All right, now let's take a look at some of today's top stories.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Columbus Day. I'm Jane Fergus with Breakfast Time News. The 17th storm of the Atlantic hurricane season is brewing in the Caribbean and is poised to strike. Tropical storm Roxanne follows on the heels of the devastating Hurricane Opal, which killed 20 people and caused nearly $2 billion in damage. Police in suburban Chicago were disappointed that a suspect they arrested didn't turn out to be the elusive Unabomber. Authorities questioned the man after a routine traffic stop revealed a gun, electronic gear, and college maps in his van, but the FBI ruled him out as a suspect. Baseball lovers partied into the wee hours in Seattle this morning. The Mariners beat the Yankees last night 6-5, making a stunning playoff comeback to clinch the American League Division Series. Seattle faces Cleveland Tuesday to start the American League Championship. And finally, want to know the secrets lurking behind the hit Fox series, The X-Files? The show's creator, Chris Carter, is chatting with fans Wednesday night, but you have to log on to the CompuServe online service to get the scoop. That's what's happening in the news. What's the scoop with the weather, Jim?
Well, there's a spiky yellow ball in Spencer, Iowa. So the weather is sort of garbett today. But Brandon, Florida, showers. We got showers in the Great Lakes, Wisconsin, Michigan, and in the Northwest, Oregon, Washington, and Idaho. Let's look at those high temperatures. And as you can see, things are pretty moderate everywhere in the country. And why? To celebrate Columbus Day. That's the weather.
Thank you very much. I don't know if even you know this, but Aunt Mary is back and we have video.
Oh, she made it.
Crash.
She made it.
Now let's just explain that we sent our own Aunt Mary, Jim's Aunt Mary, to the Columbus Day Parade on 5th Avenue here in New York City. We gave her a little float and a banner, and we sent her with a video camera to see if she could crash the parade, and of course she did. So stay tuned for that video, and we got to say goodbye to Little Feet.
Already?
No,
Back to
come
bed,
on!
guys?
Back to bed. They ain't had enough fun
The
here.
feet just got here.
Little Feet, our special guest on this Columbus Day. Thanks so much, guys.
Yay!
While you head out, we're going to take a break. Susan Day is in the batter's box. And what else, Jim?
It wasn't just Columbus coming to America. The Celts brought their plaids with them. Fashion plaids coming up on Breakfast Time.
Meet one of the very real people who makes TV fresh daily.
Hi, I'm Steve Walker from the Pet Department. It's nerve-wracking being on live television. The real factor, the X factor, at least on my show, is that we have live animals on live television. We've had collies, we've had borzois, Siamese cats, Burmese pythons, African gray parrots, beagles, Tonkinese cats, mastiffs, Dalmatians. I don't know. I mean, I forget how many we've had.
Steve Walker and FX. TV made fresh daily. Ever notice that some words are just plain silly? In Louisiana, our words are just plain fun. Here, Cajuns have big fun on the bayou. We don't walk down a street, we stroll down a rue. We find family fun on a lake called Darbar. And we set our pots to boiling when the shrimp boats come home to Delacroix. So two-step on over to Louisiana and say things you've never seen before. For your free Louisiana tour guide, call 1-800-49-GUMBO today.
Hey, Mr. Peanut, what's new?
New Planters reduced fat peanuts.
45% less fat. Does that mean I get to eat more? And they're real peanuts. How do you do that?
He's a genius. He's a genius. And they're honey roasted.
I'm tasting the future.
Get to know Mr. Peanut. Eat your Planters.
Someone else is making devil's food cookies besides Snackwell's. Now those ladies will leave me alone.
Maybe not.
These aren't anything like my Snackwells. Where's Cookie Man? There he is!
Only one fat-free Devil's Food cookie deserves to be called Snackwell's.
She never could keep a secret from me. We wanted to be princesses and astronauts. When she moved, it was only 2 streets. I thought my heart would break. I named my rabbit after her. In college, they thought we were sisters, but we were closer. She named her daughter after me.
Open your heart with the Friendship Bouquet from the FTD Expressions Collection. FTD, the language of the heart.
Great tree. You know, Hillshire Farm slow smokes their sausage with my best trees for that natural, woodsy, hearty flavor. You'll appreciate all I do for my trees. They love country. Hillshire Farm, taste the difference.
You're watching the amazing cleaning power of new Soft Scrub Gel. So powerful, it cleans this tough stain right before your eyes with no scrubbing. Then it rinses clean away. New Soft Scrub Gel.
It's 14 minutes past the hour. Welcome back to Breakfast Time with Lori, Tom, Bob the Puppet, and me, Jim. I'm the announcer, and here's Tom.
Yay.
All right, Little Feet has left the apartment. Therefore, it's now safe to welcome our next guest, Susan Day. Come on, how are you? Good. You little vampire, you. Oh, this is Lori and Lori's mom.
Hi, Susan. Hi.
Sorry.
I
know who you are.
This is my mom, Barbara.
Hey, hi, Barbara. Nice to meet you. I don't want to talk to you.
Oh.
Yes!
Really? Oh, you killed him, Susan. You killed him.
It's so easy to
Why
hurt
don't you
the
step
puppet.
back there?
Okay, I feel badly. I feel badly.
No, don't do it.
I'm having trouble turning.
No.
Such a face.
You know, that's what I say about you. Such a face.
Such a face.
Wow.
So let's eat.
We got it. We've got some cake. We've got grapes.
Some cake, and we got plaid. We're up to our earlobes in plaid.
No
Plaid?
kidding.
Plaid.
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 Mad about plaid here. Actually, did you know that back in the 18th century, if people wore plaid, it was a symbol of mom?
Gwen.
Poor fashion sense.
You're partially right. Your clan. That was part of your clan. Today, if you wear plaid, it just means that you're in style, and that's what Gwen McGee is in the park to tell us.
I love bagpipes.
Me too.
I had them at my wedding.
Oh, that means go, Gwen.
Hey, Lauren. Okay. I hear that music. It sounds so good. Well, you know, basically, plaid has come a long way, baby. You know, it dates back to 1594. In 1700, it became a family symbol. But today, in 1995, there's a whole lot of things you can do with it. Here to tell us more about it is Valerie Lichman, and your fashion stylist. And I would like to know, why is plaid such a classic type material?
Well, it's been around for 400 years, so it's in all of our collective memory. But I think it's hot right now because it's sort of a revolution against solid colors. We're sick of solid colors. But sometimes if you're wearing a floral or a polka dot, you never really know. Plaid is a way to wear print, it's a way to wear color and look dazzling.
All right, well, what's new this season for it?
I'll tell you, you're wearing the newest thing. This is a bias cut plaid, and it's so wonderful because the line goes diagonally. It never makes you look fat. You never accentuate the hips. This is in the A line, the bias cut, the shift. You're wearing the hottest thing going right now.
Thank you, and this is good for thin or healthy women. Is that correct?
Absolutely, either
Just
one.
want to get that straight, Bob, Tom. All right, now what else do you have career-wise here?
Look at the beautiful career look. This is a black watch plaid that's actually a tartan, and you can see it's made out of a boucle. No one says that plaid has to be flannel. Very day into evening, the dramatic shawl she's got here. You could even split this up and make it into separates.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Wow.
Now, over here you have like the fun type of plaid look here. And you have a thing that if you put certain looks together.
Have a look at this. This is the classic
Plaid in the
Burberry's
park.
plaid. You've
Yeah.
seen this forever, but they blew it up into giant size on the
Cute.
cardigan, and we put it over a
Even the
smaller
ball's
scale
plaid.
flippy skirt. It's the juxtaposition of the two different sizes of plaid that make it look really fresh. On this side, we have the same plaid, but in different colorways. The vest is blue, the shorts are in the red, and it really looks new and fresh. I could see it at a football game, on a casual Friday.
In the park?
It really looks young.
Yeah, it does, really, it does. I love the hat. Can I wear your hat? Just hold on for a sec. Now we got, over here you got the weekend casual.
Here's a little weekend look. This is from Burberry's on the far end. It's very, very classic, sort of equestrian. That's called a window pane plaid, also in the tartan family. And she's wearing it with argyle. You can match plaids with other prints. Argyle is actually in the plaid family. And if you check your colors, you can really do something very rich and dramatic.
That's a little
velvet
busy.
collar, very elegant from Burberry's. And on this side, we have something that would go for casual Fridays, for weekends, even in some offices. It's a plaid pant with a classic navy blazer, red turtleneck. It looks so young,
golf
so
outfit.
today. And the important thing to remember is that with a classic fabric like plaid, you've got to update your accessories. You see the girls are all wearing these high-heeled, chunky loafers. It's very new.
That's
You have
always
to
good
pay
advice.
attention to the boots, to the leg, and to the pantyhose. Like you are.
Yeah, exactly. These are some very large heels. I've never had on a heel this high in my entire life.
Well, you look
But-
good.
Well, thank you. So now we know, Laurie, that plaid is making a definite comeback. It's been around for centuries, and it's not going anywhere
here to
now.
stay.
Yeah.
Thank you
All
very
right.
much, Gwen. Nice work. You and the Rangers out there in
Yay.
Madison Square Park across the street. That's check, Bob, not plaid.
That is.
I just wear what they put on me.
Look, she's back.
Aunt Mary's
Do you have a microphone on him? You
Yes, I do.
Did you get in the parade?
Just a little bit.
A little bit?
Yeah, then they chased us out. And I was saying, look, we have a permit, but he didn't believe
He
it.
didn't believe you, and the tape is being edited
Yes,
right
the
now?
tape is being edited. I saw some of it.
All right, it's great.
All right.
Well, you're in it,
Yeah,
right?
sure,
So
that's
you
all
like
I had.
it. Okay.
If grandchildren see me on TV, they'll be ecstatic.
Jim's Aunt Mary from
Yeah,
Jersey
that's
City, New
true.
Jersey,
Yeah.
crashed the Columbus Day Parade.
I
We'll see
did.
the video.
True.
Talk with Susan Day, who's wondering, what have I gotten myself into? In a moment. Jim?
Oh, what fun
She's-
that was. I can get up.
She's smart, she's talented, she's beautiful. Except for the vampire thing, she's perfect. Explanations from Susan Day. Coming up.
Under scrutiny. Order for $19.95 plus $4.50 shipping to Bacon Wave, 507 Maple Leaf Drive, Nashville, Tennessee.
22 minutes past the hour. Welcome back to Breakfast Time with Tom, Lori, Bob the Puppet, and me, Jim. I'm the announcer. And here's Lori and Bob and Susan Day.
Susan Day, welcome. I'm so glad to have you here.
Thank you very much.
Now, you said we were coming back from break because this is like kindergarten.
It's just the energy level. All right, put away the toys. Okay, now we're going to do this.
I know.
There's less discipline here, though.
Yeah. Usually we make our guests wait a lot longer before we interview them, but we're doing you right now.
I'm warmed up.
Yeah.
I've had my coffee. I've had my sugar.
You're all set to go. Deadly Love, the new TV movie on Lifetime tonight at 9 o'clock. And Susan plays a vampire in it. Really cool movie.
It's a really cool part.
Yeah,
especially
really
for a woman, for a change.
Yeah, there was a lot of, you know, she sort of fights the good fight for women and against the men who sort of abuse them.
She sucks blood out of people.
Well, yes, but you know,
specific ones though.
They deserved it.
She's just daylight challenged.
Like she would date you. Really? She would have an affair with you.
Really?
She wouldn't kill you.
Yeah.
Now Bob over here. This is something else.
Oh, here's my neck. Go to it.
Let's take a look at a clip of Susan in action in Deadly Love, and we'll come back to
You promised me forever.
Perhaps forever became too long for him. Life goes on.
And on and on. Do you know what makes life worth living, Elliot?
Tell me.
Death. Death gives meaning to life.
Yes.
It is sad. She's a very tragic character. She rarely smiles. She has very little joy.
Well, she has great joy. There's a whimsicalness about her because she rises above the mortals. And she has an understanding of life that the mortals don't have.
Yeah.
That was, I think, one of the saddest moments. And then, of course, when she meets Stephen McGee, things pick up.
Now, every time I read something about you and this project, you rave about your co-star, Stephen McGee, who was not in that clip, by the way. He plays a detective.
Yeah. Because he's an extraordinary actor. He's from New York. He's a Tony Award winner. It was such a gift to get him, to get a real actor.
Must be so great to sit across from somebody and just have them give you a lot.
Yeah, and half of my performance came out of his performance.
Yeah.
And he is so hot.
Yeah, and a great
hot.
Voice, that deep, husky voice.
Did you suck his blood?
He just, it was hard not to. And he just had a baby girl.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah.
Now, you were a photographer in the film. Did you take pictures, actual pictures, when you were on the set?
I had a Hasselblad. I had some of the best equipment that one could hold. I mean, in that take, I take the cord from the camera and I just throw it on the ground and I could just see
special effects guy like,
$1,500 right there.
That's funny.
And yeah, I used real cameras. And the director was saying, you have to hold it this way, you have to hold it this way. And I said, I have little hands. I can't hold the camera that way. I have to hold it the way I would hold it. But it's a great profession for someone who is up all night. What kind of a job? So she goes out and she shoots the nightlife.
Yeah. No, but I was wondering if you took any actual pictures, if there was film in the cameras.
Of course not.
Oh, no? I thought maybe just for fun, see what you come up with.
When you do movies today, you're really happy there's film in these cameras. God, we're really making it.
Yeah. That's funny. Filmed on location in Toronto.
Yeah.
Lifetime does a lot of work up there.
A lot of people do a lot of work up there.
Yeah.
And it was a great place for this film, that's for sure, because the sets are so extraordinary.
Yeah, and the mood, the lighting, everything. Texturally, it's really good. Tonight at 9 o'clock, so you don't want to miss it. Now, I was watching Regis and Kathy Lee the other day, and you get reunited with Danny Bonaduce. I couldn't believe it. First time in, what, 15 years?
It's been a long time.
Did you know that you were going to meet him?
Yeah, they called me and they said, would you come in and do this segment first before we do your segment? I said, I would love to.
Oh, that's so great.
He's a special kid, and it's his time.
Yeah, he's doing well. He's got his talk show. Yeah, because it was tough for him right afterwards, wasn't it?
Well, I think that, it was tough for him, but also now the rest of his life is going to be the best of his life, that finally we cannot define ourselves by our jobs, and that Danny first had to go and define himself. He had to go through that process. He had to go down that journey and that path. And now he's ready. He's got it all together.
Good for him. And good for you. This is a terrific movie. Now, I want to know if you ever would go back to episodic television.
Absolutely.
Yeah?
If you find a script that's going to go past 6 episodes, let me know. Let me know.
At least 13, and Susan's there for you.
Yeah.
We wish you good luck with this tonight.
Thank you very,
on
very
Lifetime.
much.
If you can hang for a bit, we'd love it. Otherwise,
Yes, please.
you can be on your way.
Please.
What's it worth to you, Bob?
Everything. I'll give you some guy. No.
Susan Day joining us today.
Thank you very much.
If I might. Now, I can understand if Carrot Top has to leave or Little Feet after they played, or Susan, if you've got other interviews you have to do. I fully understand that you couldn't stay for the 30 measly minutes left in our show.
I can stay for 30 minutes. Do you really have to do this? What time is it? I have 8:30.
She's got 8:30 on her LA time.
But here's what I don't understand.
11:30. I have time.
Lori's mom has to leave.
Lori's mom? I forgot.
I've been told we have to say goodbye to Lori's mom.
No, don't go!
Come on!
I forgot.
Is that right? Are you going? You doing? What are you doing? Regis and Kathy?
Yes.
Worse, Gordon Elliott.
She's catching a plane.
I have a plane to catch.
Oh, I see.
Oh, man.
Bye, Mom.
Lori was just going to...
Mom has to go.
Oh, man. Lori was just going to get good, Mom.
You see your mom out.
Hi, Mom.
Okay. By the way, we're going to take a look at some of today's top stories, but while we do, I have to go too. I'm out of here.
Wait a minute.
Bye.
No, I'll take over. Listen, give me your tie.
No. This is great. Leave me with Susan.
Uh-oh.
Susan takes over for me because I'm just whacked out on Sudafed today.
Yeah.
And we'll take a look at some of today's top stories.
Thank
This
you
will go
very
actually very nice with me.
I will stay and give you the news. Hi, I'm Jane Fergus. Here's what's happening this morning. The FBI is checking the railroad tracks in Arizona where an Amtrak train went off a bridge. The accident killed one person and injured more than 100. The train was headed for Los Angeles from Miami, and it derailed at about 1 in the morning. In Texas, jury selection begins today for the trial of the woman accused of killing Latino music star Selena. Yolanda Saldivar is accused of shooting the 23-year-old singer last March. That trial is expected to take 2 weeks. Well, today is Columbus Day, and it's being marked in a big way on New York's Fifth Avenue with the annual parade, which our Aunt Mary crashed. FBI Director Louis Freeh is leading the march, and he says being an Italian-American makes the Grand Marshal honors even more meaningful. And finally, Mark Hamill is now a cyberspace star. 2 decades after he picked up a lightsaber in Star Wars, Hamill is playing in the interactive CD game Wing Commander 4, and that's due out in a couple of weeks. That's what's making news today. Now here's Jim with a quick look at the weather.
Phone lines are down in Roswell, New Mexico. We suspect the spiky yellow ball. But there's showers today on Alaska, Wisconsin for that town meeting, so I hope they hold it indoors. Rain around the Great Lakes, the state of Florida, Washington, Oregon, and northern Idaho. Let's look at those high temperatures. And there we go. We have a baby brontosaurus of 80s.
You know, I
Otherwise,
see it.
very, very mild. That's the weather. Now back to you, Susan.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Jim, Bob and I are here.
Yeah.
We're going to hang out. So what's next?
Cool.
What are we going to do?
We're
And
gonna
when is the lasagna ready?
The eggplant parmesan will be ready in a minute, and we'll be going to a town meeting in Roswell and Unalaska coming up on Breakfast Time.
The Personal FX Handy Guide to Collecting. Step 1, buy something.
Well, you don't actually have to buy it. You can find collectibles in the attic. Someone may give you one, whatever. Just get something.
Step 2, find out what it's worth.
It's simple. FX Ace appraisers size up things daily. They'll fill you in on whether your collectible's worth a lot or not, and tell you why.
Step 3, display it proudly.
Watch Personal FX every day and see how some serious super collectors show off their stuff.
Well, that sounds easy enough.
It is, with Personal FX, the collectible show, every day at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific, only on FX.
Big news! Extra softness is here. With a new soft cloth-like cover, Huggies Ultra Trim are rolling into town with the softest delivery ever. Watch as we compare an ordinary diaper with new soft Huggies. Go ahead, feel for yourself. Ah, so very soft. In fact, they're a softer way to help stop leaks. New Huggies Ultra Trim with cloth-like softness. They're changing the way everyone feels about diapers.
Some days, I get these really pounding headaches. I used to take Tylenol, but it didn't always get rid of all the pain. So I've been using Advil for a while now. I found that on my tough headaches, 2 Advil work better than 2 extra-strength Tylenol tablets. Better than Tylenol gel caps. And you know, nothing's been proven to last longer than Advil. For my tough headaches, Advil just works better. Advil, advanced medicine for pain.
And for the sinus congestion that can come during allergy season, try Advil Cold and Sinus.
What's the difference between Pillsbury cinnamon rolls and packaged ones?
I know. My cinnamon rolls bake up all hot, fresh, and ooey gooey good in minutes, and theirs don't.
It's not fair. While we're doing our business out there, she's in her scoop away. The litter that clumps where she wets. They scoop away the clumps. She's got a box that's day one clean. Me, I got a dog's life.
Scoop away, the litter that's day one clean every day.
All right, let's stop it over here.
The coffee perking in this pot is America's best-loved coffee.
As long as fathers dance with daughters. As long as there are welcome mats and childhood sweethearts. Just as long as families come together, Maxwell House will always be good to the last drop.
Stop crime from taking over your neighborhood.
FX wants you to take a stand.
While police officers can't be everywhere, neighbors working with the law make the strongest crime-fighting team around. Form your own team by organizing a neighborhood watch. Contact your local police department and find out how you can bring your neighbors together. Don't wait to take action. Be part of the solution.
Stop the anger and neighborhood destruction. Take a stand.
It's 27 minutes to the top of the hour. Welcome back to Breakfast Time with Lori, Tom, Bob the Puppet, and me, Jim. I am the announcer, and here's Lori.
Thanks, Jim. And you know, we knew it would happen soon. Tom has finally crashed and is in bed now. Susan Day about to administer a high colonic. I'll be okay. Just kidding.
How was a whoopee cushion going to help?
But we're going to do something that we haven't done before, and I think it's high time. We're going to find out a little bit more about the towns that we visit. You know, Breakfast Time, we're not scared to thank you. Okay. Yeah, we're going to have a town meeting. We're going to find out a little bit about the towns we're visiting. We go places, and sometimes we're there an entire week, and we haven't really felt the texture of the town. So we're going to try
check on the HMOs.
Yeah, really. Poor Tom. We've got Phil Keoghan standing by in Roswell, New Mexico, and Jillian Hamilton in La Crosse, Wisconsin. We'll start with Phil. Now, you're in Roswell. What kind of town is it, Phil?
Laurie, I just want to warn you, I'm having a lot of trouble hearing you, but I'll do my best. It's a small little town, population of about 50,000 people or so, and I'm very lucky to have the mayor out with us here this morning.
Hey!
This is Tom Jennings, and he has come out. He's just given me one of the UFO. Can you come in here and get one of these? This is one of the little UFO pens that he's just given me here. Larry, it's a great place to come. A lot of people come here to retire because it's got great temperatures. Average temperature about 60 degrees. They only get about 10 inches of rain a year, maybe 5 inches of snow. So it's a nice place to go and play golf, that sort of thing, Mayor?
Yeah, we have a real nice climate. We're in the high desert area, and there's a lot of sunshine. We have over 300 days a year with sun, and a lot of people hike and bike and play golf. A lot of outdoor activities here.
Perfect weather for it, Laurie, and perfect weather also for agriculture. They've got a lot of agriculture here with a lot of cotton and a lot of hay. But the other thing that you really see here when you're driving down the streets all around this area are a lot of these red chili peppers. And that's obviously got a lot to do with the fact that they got some. I've been eating some great food out here.
I can imagine.
Peppers are for the good food, but they're for something else as well, right, man?
Yeah, well, a lot of people don't know that one of the biggest uses of red chili are a substitute for red dye. And a lot of the women probably don't know that red dye is used to make lipstick and fingernail polish. So that's the biggest use for red chili.
Yeah.
Well, there's something you didn't know. Now, Laurie, Roswell is probably most famous for those little those UFOs that came down from outer space.
Yeah.
We've got one right here.
Oh,
this is straight out of government offices right here. And apparently in 1947, a spacecraft crashed out here. There was a dead alien, apparently a big government cover-up. What's your scoop on that? What do most locals think about this whole Roswell incident?
Well, I'm sure they're doubting Thomas's as I am, but you know, a lot of people think it actually did happen. It's probably the world's most famous and probably the most publicized UFO event. And so we get a lot of publicity. You know, the federal government was here, and there was supposedly a cover-up. I don't know if it happened or not, but it's kind of like
They just keep popping up all over the place. Mia, thank you very much. Let's have a quick look at the map there, Larry, because I want to show you where we are in terms of what we're going to be doing this week. We're in Roswell right now, and we're doing the story with the Nova bus crew here, making buses. And tomorrow we're going to be doing a chili story. Fancy that, chili story. Then we're going to be heading up to Albuquerque on Wednesday. We'll be there from Wednesday through to Friday. And we're doing some great stories. We're doing a story on a group of physically challenged people who are traveling around the world. They're biking around the world, actually. We're going to be doing a story on the Navy leap frogs, and also the big event that's happening in Albuquerque, of course, is the Balloon Festival, the Balloon Fiesta, which is happening there. We're going to be there on Friday to do something with that. So there's a little inside scoop on the local area.
It is. Roswell, just south of Albuquerque, New Mexico. Thank you very much. Now, Jillian Hamilton is doing double duty this week. She's on tap with...
Wait, Lori.
Yes?
Wait, don't miss this.
What?
I'm getting a foot massage from Susan Day.
Oh, man.
Yeah, well.
Life is good.
But it won't run 6 episodes.
Jillian Hamilton is with Personal Effects this week, and she is in, it's not actually lacrosse today, is it, in Wisconsin, Jill? It's just outside.
Right, that's right. We're in Onalaska, Wisconsin. Well, let's first take a look at the map. If Jim can throw up our map,